Hey, how's everyone doing today? So, one thing, I fixed my microphone. I think my voice seemed just a little bit too bassy, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. We are here to do a tier list of Adam Sandler films, ones that he has starred in. There's a few of them out there, and I noticed Uncut Gems is not on here. I guess we're sticking to his comedy specific ones. But anyways, let's get right into it. So S is obviously the best out of the best. F is the worst, and then B and C are like middle of the road. D is underwhelming, and A is good but not the best. So we got 50 First Dates. Now, this movie I enjoy a lot. The plot is obviously very odd, but it's also an Adam Sandler movie. And it's good for its time, I'd say. Not one of my most favorites as far as comedies goes, but I'll put it in B. I feel like that's a good spot for 50 First Dates. Bedtime Stories, I'm going to put it in D. A little, underwhelming for me personally. The fantasy aspect of it, I thought was pretty good, but other than that, pretty underwhelming. Big Daddy, I'm going to put it in B. It's good. It's very heartfelt. I feel like this maybe is around the time where Adam Sandler was kind of doing a sort of drama comedy type movies, because I know he did like Punch Drunk Love, which was mainly like a drama romance, I'm sure with a little bit of comedy in it. But yeah, Big Daddy is pretty damn good. Billy Madison, I'll put it at A. It was during the time, I think this was Sandler's second feature film. I think his first was Happy Gilmore and then Billy Madison. Could be the other way around. Either way, this is during the time where he had just left Saturday Night Live, so he was still in sort of goofy character Adam Sandler mode that a lot of people know him for. And it's an interesting plot, and Sandler's acting is obviously very goofy and quirky throughout it, but I'll put it at A. Not the best by any means, but pretty good. Blended. Been a little bit since I've seen it. I'll put it at C. It's all right, I guess. Is this That's My Boy? If it is, I'm gonna put it at D. I don't remember much of this movie. I do remember it being kind of raunchy, stuff like that. More of a little over the top for Adam Sandler, in my opinion, but nonetheless pretty good. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. So, this one today is a little iffy as far as the culture that we live in, but for the time it was pretty good. I'll put it at like a C. It's one of those movies that if I'm scrolling through the channels and I see this on, I'll watch it maybe for a little bit, but then that's about it as far as it goes. It's one of those movies where you can sort of just put it on in the background and just do other stuff, and every once in a while check in, have a chuckle or two. But other than that, it's all right. Click. Ooh, this one interesting, because for me it's between like a B and an I'm gonna put it at A, because of that ending. The ending is very dramatic, it's very heartfelt, and it's something that's different with Adam Sandler. A lot of people might think this movie is very goofy, but me personally, I think it's pretty good. The Cobbler. This movie, I feel like, is a very underrated Sandler movie. I'm gonna put it at B. The plot is very unique and original, and I think that's why it makes it better. It's a more serious role of Adam Sandler's that he's done. It's got a bit of I'm trying to think here, like not grieving, but because it has to do with his father and his mother and stuff like that. It's just overall pretty heartfelt. Happy Gilmore. Oh man. It's gonna have to be S. It's one of my favorite Adam Sandler films. And it obviously just so happens to be one of his first feature-length films, and it's just so good. It's ridiculous and funny, and it's just one of those movies that you can have such a good time watching this over and over again and just never get bored. Grown Ups, I'll put it at C if I'm being honest. I feel like I like this movie more than, or I used to like this movie more, but the more I watch it, I wouldn't say the worser it gets, but it's just, I don't know. It's one of Sandler's movies that's whatever. It's fun because it's one of those movies where he brought in like all of the guys that are in his films with him all in like a group setting, and I think that was good. Grown Ups 2. Actually, I'm gonna put this down at F. Grown Ups 2, a fun sequel at that, but that's really all I can say. Essentially the same as the first one, just a little bit like in the town setting instead of the lake setting. Hotel Transylvania. Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen this. As far as animated, stuff like that, I'll put it at C. I can't really talk too much about animated films, so that's kind of what you get. Jack and Joe, F. One of his worst. I feel like same actor playing multiple characters and same scenes type movies aren't that great. I think the only ones that really pulled it off was Austin Powers and maybe The Nutty Professor at times, but Austin Powers was the only movie to really pull off that feat, and it's because Mike Myers is such, really good at accents and impressions that he pulled it perfectly. Little Nicky, surprisingly, a C. This movie is such a simple plot, but it's very entertaining. Quentin Tarantino is in it as a crazy Christian guy, which is just funny. And then, you got Dante. I'm sure you know who Dante is in the film. And it's a fun movie. And I like the New York City setting. Pixels, been a while since I've seen it. It's whatever. Gonna just move on from that. The Water Boy. Ooh. I'm gonna put it at A. Another one of his earlier films. I like it a lot. He does a great job with the like the stuttering and the accent, and I think he just pulls it off really well. It's very funny. The plot is pretty good, but not good, if that makes sense. And yeah, overall, very entertaining. The Wedding Singer. I'll put it at B. Another one of his a little lighthearted and maybe not serious at times, but very good movie. And it's got Drew Barrymore. You Don't Mess with the Zohan. Personally, it's got to go at D. I think it's just an all right Adam Sandler movie. I think this is one of those movies that he maybe not like a filler movie per se, because, you know, he had to do this character, but it was just one of those movies where when it came out, it just kind of maybe people saw it once, thought it was all right, and then just kind of forgot about it. But yeah. Comment down below. Tell me if you agree with my list and anything that you would change. If you guys do like these types of videos, hit the like button. Let me know if you want to see more tier lists. Suggest me maybe some directors, actors, movies tier lists, and I'll see what I can do. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.